Was it a triple play, or was it just some crazy youth baseball that happens? You decide. Coming up next. The game situation is bases loaded with no outs. We'll show the play in real time, which takes only about 10 seconds, but a lot is going on. Here it is, and excuse the poor videography.
Get back, get back, get back!
Hey, go two.
Interference.
There you go. Good job. Watch home. Watch home.
We'll watch it now in slow motion, which makes this much simpler to track. With bases loaded and no outs, there is a possible infield fly. For the sake of our video, we're assuming that was called. This means that the batter runner is out regardless. Then we see the runner on second, R2, is caught between bases and may have interfered with the shortstop's ability to field the ball. R2 then proceeds to third base, and our fielder makes a great grab after the ball lands and immediately wants to throw to third base. But, seeing his third baseman is out of position, he looks to first base and sees R1, who believes he is forced to advance to second, and throws the ball to second base. But since there was an infield fly called, R1 is not forced and must be tagged for the out, which is the last thing we see. In 10 seconds, the plate umpire, who is the only umpire of the game, must make several critical decisions in real time. Number 1. Do we have an infield fly? We do, and that one's pretty simple. Number 2. Did the runner from second interfere with the shortstop's ability to catch the ball? This one is a judgment call, and while it's easier to see in slow motion, not so easy to see in actual time from behind the plate. If it is interference, then the runner is out. And number 3, does our possible third out on the runner from first base count as an out? And if so, did that runner from third score before that last out is made? What is your call? Put your thoughts in the comments. Now let's walk through this one item at a time. Number 1. An infield fly is technically a judgment call here, but that one is pretty cut and dry in this clip, so we'll accept that the batter runner is out. That is out number 1. Number 2. You have to choose if R2 interfered or not with the shortstop. Here's a clue. The runner does not have to make contact with the fielder in order to interfere. All he has to do is, in your judgment, interfere with the fielder's ability to make a play on the ball. Number 3. If you choose to not call interference, then R2 is not out and is safe at third base, and the ball is still live. R1 is, well, he's not out on the force, but when he's tagged, that would be out number 2, and the runner from third would score. If you do choose to call interference on R2, then something very important happens. R2 is out for the out number 2, but the play is now dead. Time is called and no runner may advance or be put out. Therefore, in this situation, R3 must go back to third base and his run does not score. And R1 has to return to first base and his out is not recorded because by the time he was put out, time had been called. So now we should have 2 outs with a runner on first and third. In essence, the umpire's decision on interference or non-interference changes how the play ends up. As an umpire, you do not have to rule on interference like this immediately. It is something that can be applied in retrospect, especially with multiple umpires. Because an interference call kills the play at that point, calling it after the normal course of play ends allows the umpire to take time to consider and discuss the call with his partner. If interference is the call, you simply roll back the play to that point. If interference is obvious, then of course make the call right away. In this game, the interference was called retroactively, and both team managers agreed that interference was the correct call. It's always nice to umpire with 2 teams that care more about getting it right than getting it their way. Let us know in the comments what you think. And would you have been able to keep this all straight as a lone umpire in the game?
Get back, get back, get back!
Hey, go two.
Interference.
There you go. Good job. Watch home. Watch home.